Okay, so before I begin this video, I have to make one big disclaimer. I live in a very interesting area, right? And because of that, there is an Airbnb directly next door to me. Somebody left their dog, it's like a Chihuahua or something, and it won't shut up. So before we go any further, I have to put out this disclaimer that there may be a dog in the background. I could have recorded this another day, but I felt like it's been a while since I had an update and the time was just right, so I wanted to do it now. That's just gonna be the way it is. Also, in regards to my echoing that's going on, I live in a repurposed gunpowder factory. So again, when I said I live in an interesting area, that's kind of what's going on. So enough of that. Let's talk about the Vital Watch. It's been a little while. I wanted to give everybody this update because some of you guys may not just follow me on Twitter, and as a result of that, you don't exactly know what's going on, and I wanted to just be super transparent with y'all, same as usual. So originally, I was doing all of this under the impression that I would have 3 3D printers, and currently, I'm down to 1. My original one that I started with is dead. I don't know exactly what's going on. I've tried doing a couple of adjustments. I actually bought a new motherboard and tried swapping it out, and it just seems dead. It seems like it's a mechanical failure, and I haven't really had the time to investigate everything. Plus, it doesn't help that I actually just hate that printer. I hate it so much. My other printer that I purchased is working excellent. It's phenomenal. The one that I had in my last update video has been the best printer I've ever owned, bar none. I absolutely adore it. I love the size, the speed, the quality. It's fantastic. And then the third printer that I had ordered turned out to be a scam, so I had to contact my bank and then get all of that sorted out. But that means I'm down a printer, another printer. So fast forward to today. I actually ordered another of the Prusa Mini, this guy over here. So this little guy that you can see hard at work over there is doing its thing right now. And you can see I got a lot of watches over here that are ready to go. This is my dead printer over there, the Ender 3. No offense to people who enjoy this thing. I get it. I don't like it though. Anyways, off topic. That's what's going on in my printer situation. As it stands, as you can see, I'm still producing the watches, I'm still going, but I'm running at 33% of my capacity, which means that there are going to be delays. And the way I'm handling this is everybody who is getting the conversion services done by me, you guys have top priority, which means that I'm working to get all of yours done and mailed and shipped out first before I work on the other watches. And I also have the pre-modded Vital bracelets. I have the... The pre-modded customers, your Vital bracelets just arrived today, and I'm gonna get those I'm gonna try to get them shipped out as well. But along the way, while doing literally over a dozen of these, I've learned a few things and I've made some revisions, and that has kind of changed my production pattern as well. So you guys probably saw, like 24 watches sitting over there, and you're probably wondering, hey, why don't I have mine right now? And the big reason for that is I want to redo the installation video. That video that I made originally was really clunky and rambly, and part of that is because the product itself had a couple of flaws that I talked about in my last update video, but the other part is I hate video editing a lot. I can't stand it. It's my least favorite thing to do, and it just feels like I could be spending my time better elsewhere. And that's not to say that video editing is a waste of time. It's fantastic and I really appreciate it. It's just not my jam. But I realized that something as complicated as this needs to have really good video editing, which means that I need to spend more time and do this revised video with proper timestamps, proper cuts, and proper edits, and speed things up and make it really digestible for people who are going to do this. And then there's a lot of actual physical revisions to the Vital Watch that makes my last video out of date. So before I send all of the other watches out, I need to make sure that the video is proper and ready to go. So yeah, that's that. I also have like 10, I think I counted 10 more Vital bracelets that still need to be modded. So I'm not gonna show you guys because there's addresses and stuff down here, but I have like 13 boxes here between stuff from Japan and stuff from customers. They're gonna get done. I was hoping to get them done earlier this week, but I don't mean to get too personal here, But my day job has been incredibly busy. I recently launched an internal service at my job, and I am the head of development, so I have to make sure that the product is launching properly and that if anything goes wrong, that I'm there to debug. And for the last week, I've just been working like 10, 12, 13-hour days. Even today, I slept for like 2 hours and worked for 12. I just got home to record this video. I just don't have time to mod the bracelets, and the bracelets themselves take a good 30 minutes to an hour per watch to get going, and I haven't had the time. This weekend, I have nothing going on this weekend. I've freed up my schedule so I can do all of these watches, and that's where my weekend is gonna go, and then I'll record the video, get everything shipped out, and then we should be square. As far as the watch itself, let's talk about some of the changes here. So this is the Vital watch, as you all know and love, with my painted logo. There have been a couple of, actually, I had this. I saved this for this reason. This is the original shell. I'm not using my normal camera that I normally use. The focus is kind of screwy here, so bear with me, because let's see if we can get this going. But this is the original shell, and there's a couple of things to note. So first off, you can see back here, there is a solid, opaque back plate with this little cutout here where you put in the heart rate sensor, and then back here is, maybe if I can get it, back here is a piece of glass. Let's see if I can shine some light on it. Oh, that helped. So back here is a piece of glass, right? It's the original glass heart rate sensor piece that you get from, oh, I have a Vital bracelet, from the Vital bracelet. Thank you to whoever bracelet this is. But back here, right, you take that piece. A couple of other stuff here too. Also, let's just note the quality of this guy, which I don't think it's passable, right? It's better than some things I've worked with, but not the best. If you want to focus, please. But you can see here that, no, you can't see. Maybe you guys just have to trust me. I really should have used my main camera. Okay, right here you can see that like the ironing is not the best, and you can see the top layer is got this like crosshatch. It's actually better here. It's like crosshatch pattern on the top. Here on the current Vital watch, there is now, everything is ironed out, and it's a little cleaner. It looks a lot better in person, in my opinion. So that's been fixed and resolved. But then there's also this back piece. And the back piece now is translucent. I also have 4 screws here, so it's way easier to assemble. You actually don't need to take out your back piece anymore, that little glass. And it's just installed with 4 screws. There's no notches, there's no weird hinges, there's no design flaw with the with like you cutting off your NFC resistor pieces. I don't know what they are, but all that's gone. On top of that, you can now, I just went to the wrong screen. So on top of that, when you look at your heart rate, oh, I'm on the wrong screen again. Okay. When you check your heart rate, right, it is translucent and it goes through the whole thing. And what's cool about this is, again, it's also way easier to install, but for the people who have had issues with the heart rate sensor being a little weird and you've had to put on like tape on the back, like masking tape, this works very similar to like the little masking tape trick because this isn't fully transparent. I purposely made it a little translucent when working on this so that it kind of serves the same purpose. So that's going to be that. Really, those are the big changes there. Otherwise, it's the same watch. There have been a couple of small edits, like the buttons on the inside have been slightly revised to be a little bit easier during assembly. Nobody is going to notice this, but that's another thing that's been changed. And a result of all of this means that the watch is just way easier to work with. But because of all of that, again, as I mentioned, I want to make sure that the video is to date. I got to sit down and actually edit the video and make sure that that's all good. At some point in time, I will hopefully get that other printer. I know that it's a 2 to 3 week process to get a Prusa printer, so it's just going to be a while, and realistically, Wave 1 is just going to be delayed until I can get everything pushed out. I'm working my butt off. I'm trying to time all of my prints, like my printer's literally running around the clock. It doesn't get any breaks, and I'm hoping that I could try to bang all these out by the end of the month. My goal is to have Wave 1 complete by the end of the month. Now, let's talk about what's gonna happen from here, right? Like what's next? Because a lot of you guys who are watching this are maybe interested in Wave 2, and I wanna make sure that the lessons I've learned from this whole process gets put into some good practice. So by the time you're watching this, I'm probably making a wait list for Wave 2 because Etsy has not gotten back to me. I don't understand what's going on with the whole waitlisting thing on Etsy, and it's just so annoying to the point where I'm just going to take matters into my own hands. Anybody who's interested, down below, I put a Google form down there. I haven't decided yet. Either a Google form or a MailChimp thing. Some kind of form is going to be down below for you to type in your email, and you're going to be notified when when my shop is back and restocked, and you can place an order. Heads up, my first orders sold, like everything. I got wiped out in 24 hours. Don't be surprised if this happens again. I get responses and requests literally every single day about when I'm going to be getting more orders, or can they just place a private order and all these other things. Don't be surprised if this sells out again. I'm still doing this in batches of 100, maybe slightly more, because it's a lot for me to handle right now, especially on one printer. So I'm hoping that I'll have everything done before June. All of these will be printed and like ready and mailed out, and then I will start making some of the watches in advance so that when Wave 2 begins, I'll actually have some of them just ready to ship out on day 1. That way, some of you guys will have it a little bit easier, and it relieves a lot of the pressure off of me because I'll be dealing with a lot of just a smaller workload. So, fingers crossed on that. There will be more updates as we get closer to Wave 2. And then, I've already mentioned it, but like my little pocket dim case that I had, this is going to be in Wave 2 as well, the little Zippo that everyone digs. That's going to be in Wave 2. So I don't know how many of the quantities I'll add of those. People have also been asking about like custom colors and stuff. The answer to that is still maybe. I got to figure out how my production run is gonna be like. I also thought about doing like a special like custom colored watch. Like this one's like a translucent. Let's see if I can get the light going. But this one's like a translucent blue. Maybe not. And I thought about doing this. This is like a Kellogg's like blueberry gummy color. I thought about doing a couple of those as like a one-off deal. I thought about doing a fully translucent watch or something. I don't know yet. We'll see. Because I've kind of got some other stuff to deal with right now, and that's not really top of my priority list. What else? I've said this already, I think. I don't know. I'm so tired, you guys. My Twitter has the most up-to-date info, so if you guys are really curious and you want like information as I am spewing it out, Twitter is definitely going to be the place to be. Oh yeah, also, in regards to pricing and everything, I originally refunded everybody who ordered $10 for shipping and everything. Moving forward on Wave 2, I'm still probably making this thing $70 because realistically, the amount of time it takes me to pre-mod these things, if you guys want the conversion service, that price, I've decided I'm just going to lock it in at $70. For the people who got everything at $10 less, congratulations. Just consider it an apology for taking so long. But it takes so much more time than I originally anticipated. I think the price is fair at this point, and if you have an issue with that, I apologize. It's just my time is, no offense to everybody here, it's just worth a lot more than the $10 I'm spending for the extra hour. I've got so many other projects going on in my personal life. As much as I love the Vital bracelet and the Vital watch, I have to just use my time wisely. So I hope that you guys can understand what's going on. The kits and the pre-mods are going to stay at the same cost. So really, what this boils down to is I'm keeping the same price I originally had. So I guess it's not a big deal. What else? I think that's basically it. A couple of other stuff here. Just some random FAQs if you're watching this. 1, no, I will not do a private sale. Please stop asking me and stop DMing me about will you do a one-off private sale just for me. The answer to that is no, for 3 reasons. Reason number 1 is that I don't have enough product because I have a very small subset of extra product in case something goes wrong, and I have to use that to fulfill the rest of my orders, which, as you guys can see by my queue, I still have a lot of orders to go through. So I'm sorry, but no. Reason number 2 is I have anywhere from 3 to 10 people per day asking me, hey, can you do this? Can you do this? Can you do this? And if I keep agreeing to these things, then I'm never going to get to Wave 2. And it's just going to be this long back catalog of stuff. And the way my personal schedule works out is that it's easier for me to fulfill things in waves rather than to just be taking this large like continuous flow of private orders because I just don't really have the time in my schedule to work that out. So I'm sorry. And then reason number 3 is that it's just kind of annoying, dude. Like I've posted on so many places what I'm doing and when. Like you could find my info on Twitter, on Etsy, on Discord, on Facebook. I've tried so hard. Maybe I'm just tired and I'm losing my mind. I don't mean to be disrespectful, you guys. I'm sorry if it comes off as rude, but please stop asking me to do a private sale. On that note, also, you guys, please stop asking me where your order is unless, it's like you're legitimately concerned. But there are people who message me multiple times in a day. Hey, where's my order? Where's my order? Where's my order? I'm working on it. I'm sorry. I understand. Look, it's taking me longer than I anticipated for a multitude of reasons. That's my fault. Again, I apologize. But I'm working my hardest, guys. I really am. I'm sorry. And I think that's probably everything. I don't mean to sound rude on that last bit. It's just my schedule has just been insane the last couple of days, and I don't really talk about my personal life too much on here. So I understand that most of you guys don't understand what's going on, and that's totally fine. But I hope this kind of clears things up a little bit. I hope that really by the end of the day or by the end of the weekend, all of these orders will be mailed out. The video will be up, and I'll probably have another like 20 to 30 watch kits just mailed by the end of the weekend. That's my goal, right? Like, because if I get this large chunk out of the way, everything else gets way easier, and I'm just going to be mailing out 7 to 10 a day, and then we'll be done with this first wave, and then I can start printing for the second wave. Final thing. Anybody who's requesting a custom logo from me, please, and I've been very lenient about this, but like my schedule literally doesn't allow it. The reason that I even charged for custom logos is because my time has to be worth it because of my schedule. That if you request a custom logo from me and you don't give me an image and you don't give me a flat PNG or a DXF, I'm going to send it back to you, and I'm going to tell you to find it, because it legitimately does take. I had like 3 people do this to me already, and it's fine because I want to accommodate for people, because I'm doing this whole thing because I love what I do, right? Like, this is not a pursuit for money, because believe me, there are way better ways. I'm sounding so rude. I'm so tired. I don't mean to sound rude, you guys, but please send me a PNG. I will send this back to you if it's not the same file structure. I cannot babysit your project for you. And the reason I'm even charging is really to incentivize you, the buyer, to really give me the thing that you're looking for, so that I don't have to go and monitor your activity and hound you for a picture. So please get on those logos, read the product description, read my requirements, read the FAQs. That's it. I think I'm losing my mind. I'm not gonna go any further because I just sound like a jerk. I love you all. Thank you again for all your support. It's been genuinely fun. Like, I don't mean to make this sound like it's a burden or anything. It's been really fun. It's just the circumstances have probably not been what they could have been with the printers, and that's just unfortunate. And again, I'm gonna get it all resolved. Just trust me, right? If you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can find me on Twitter. You can DM me on Etsy. Don't feel like you guys are a burden. By the way, I know a lot of you guys on like Discord and stuff feel like you guys are being like a hassle or whatever for messaging me. That's not the case. It's just my schedule is legitimately packed right now. So if I don't get back to you immediately, and I try to answer really quickly, but if I don't, just understand, like, I got things going on. I'm here, right? I'm not gonna leave you guys in the dirt. I'm not gonna fucking scam you. Oh, I cursed. I'm not gonna scam you, right? I've just been scammed. I think it's the worst feeling ever. I got you guys covered 100%. Don't worry. That's it. I'm gonna go and finish a couple watches and go to bed. And I'll talk to you all later. Peace.